Alright guys, so we have some really exciting news. Currently we have a big old leak. I mean, not the biggest leak ever, but some data mined information about the next hero, or at least I'm assuming this is going to be the next hero, considering the entire kit for her is inside of the game files. I have some old Paragon footage, some trailers for her, that way we can see what these abilities might look like, and then we'll talk about the change to her kit, and yeah, I'm really excited about this. She was definitely one of my most used characters in Paragon, as well as I really enjoyed her kit. She has a really good kit, and honestly, I couldn't be any more excited than I am now because I really like Kira, and then I'm going to be able to play with a legacy character that I used to play all the time. So we're going to look at these overviews, and then we're going to see what we potentially might have coming to Predecessor, and hopefully you guys will be just as excited as me. Alright, that's my girl. I'm so excited.
Aurora is an extremely elusive crowd control specialist whose abilities allow her to manipulate the cold.
Her movement is going to be absolutely insane.
A powerful frontline initiator, Aurora uses the cold to freeze her enemies and take what she pleases. Focus on buying cards and increase your power.
Man, you guys hear that OG voice for the announcer?
Aurora has two mobility tools that make her difficult to lock down. Glacier Charge will launch Aurora forward, dealing damage, pushing enemies aside, and blocking projectiles from the front. This ability will allow you to quickly traverse all types of terrain, leaving behind an icy trail that allies can follow. If an enemy decides to follow, feel free to let it go. Frozen Simulacrum
Get
will
that
allow Aurora
Frozen
to leap
reference?
in a target direction, leaving behind an Icy Clone of herself. This clone can serve as a deterrent, blocking enemy projectiles and abilities. It can even be used to traverse terrain. Hor Frost will create a ring of Hor Frost around Aurora.
Look at that, locking down those
enemies
minions.
Caught in the ice. This is great for controlling areas and locking down enemies. And finally, your ultimate is Cryosis. Aurora creates an ice earthquake. Enemies in the area will slowly turn to ice, then explode, taking damage. This chain reaction will
She's going to be a game changer for sure, especially if this kit is anywhere
this is a
near
powerful
what it used to be.
teamfight ability and is most effective when there are more enemies to chain explosions. Aurora's mobility makes her a powerful laner, allowing her to farm safer and more aggressively than others. But don't get too aggressive without a team to back you up. Utilize your mobility to remain elusive and set up powerful initiations. Get ready to give your enemies the cold shoulder with Aurora.
A little bit of an Olaf reference. Ah, memories. Here's a more deep in look at what we're going to be able to have with this kit. Potentially. There is some changes here that we're going to read off.
Frontline initiator,
and we'll get there in a minute.
Aurora uses the cold to freeze her enemies and take what she pleases. Focus on buying cards and increase your power and reduce your cooldowns. Aurora has two mobility tools that make her difficult to lock down. Glacier Charge will launch Aurora forward, dealing damage, pushing enemies aside, and blocking projectiles from the front.
Okay, so one thing to add here. Glacier Charge, this, you can kind of move it, or at least you were able to in Paragon. Again, this is Predecessor, so it might be completely different. I'm hoping that they allow her to move this slightly. That'd be nice. If not, I understand. She's about to have a really, really high mobility, so she probably won't get that, but it would be really cool. I don't want her to be busted, but that would be really, really awesome. So yeah, that is a part of her kit, or at least what's been data mined.
This ability will allow you to quickly traverse all types of terrain, leaving behind an icy trail that allies can follow. If an enemy decides to follow, feel free to let it go. Frozen Simulacrum will allow Aurora to leap in a target direction, leaving behind
Frozen Simulacrum. Man, that is a mouthful of words. My God. This is where her kit starts to differ, or at least on paper, within what they found. And again, shout out Predecessor data mining, and then specifically Lei Alhu, because all of this information has been absolutely amazing. I'm going to make sure to link that somewhere down below, so if you guys want to check this out yourself, you'll be able to do that. This particular ability is going to be a passive now, So that's a huge, huge, at least in my opinion, change to her kit, because they're going to be adding something to her kit in addition to giving this to her. And she already had a ton of mobility, so if you're going to allow her to have all of this mobility and another ability, which we will get to very soon, that is amazing. That is really amazing.
Find an Icy Clone of herself. This clone can serve as a deterrent, blocking enemy projectiles and abilities. It can even be used to traverse terrain. Hor Frost will create a ring of Hor Frost around Aurora, dealing damage.
So Hor Frost, super great. You can block these minions, keep them from pushing. You can entrap people inside of it. It's great at locking down enemies, and it's going to be really, really good. It's just going to be a really big, heavy CC that honestly is going to change up things very drastically, and I'm excited.
Rooting enemies caught in the ice. This is great for controlling areas and locking down enemies. And finally, your ultimate is Cryosism. Aurora creates an ice earthquake. Enemies in the area will slowly turn to ice, then explode, taking damage.
This is a complete and utterly amazing ultimate. And especially, I'm sure they're about to say it here, when enemies are grouped together, the damage is then exchanged between each other. So if you can get in there, get deep, and then burst with your ult, oh my, it is going to be something to behold. I'm so excited for how this is going to change the landscape of things.
Chain reaction will also cause enemies caught in the explosion to turn to ice. This is a powerful teamfight ability and is most effective when there are more enemies to chain explosions. Aurora's mobility makes her a powerful laner, allowing her to farm safer and more aggressively than others. But don't get too aggressive without a team to back you up. Utilize your mobility to remain elusive and set up powerful initiations. Get ready to give your enemies the cold shoulder with Aurora.
So now that we've seen almost all of her kit, there is one little bit missing. So her right mouse button is going to be a Borel sweep, aka sweep. Everything that's written in here, it's 1 to 5 values, so basically that's you leveling up. And then we have the gameplay cues, which is going to be a sweep cast, sweep explode, sweep impact. So what I'm kind of gathering from this, I mean, they're saying sweep. Maybe they're going to give her something ranged. I'm hoping for something ranged. But then again, that might make her kit unbelievably broken, so we'll have to see. But, and then in the additional FX, which is the visual effects, we're looking at sweep icy breath. That is insane. So maybe it's some type of like dragon's breath type of deal. I'm not for sure. When I read the name Borel sweep, I'm thinking of like a borealis effect because, you know, it's winter and like cold, and that's what I get from it. So maybe it's going to be some type of mist, some type of, maybe it's like the Iggy cone that you'll be able to hit somebody with. I'm not for sure. Obviously, this is all speculation. So, as far as everything is concerned, take it all with a grain of rice. Everything could change. This could be bait. Omega could be just pulling our leg. But I am very confident that Aurora is the next hero. Legacy hero, that is. I'm really excited. Probably my favorite hero in Paragon. Yeah, definitely my favorite hero in Paragon. Could be my favorite hero in Predecessor. Currently, that spot is held by Kira because I absolutely love her kit. I love her visual style. I think it's really awesome. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know who you're hoping to see next. Let me know what you think of her kit. And yeah, we'll see you guys on stream. Make sure you like, comment, share, do all that fun stuff. And we'll see you later.